What's up, my witches? Test, test. Test one, two. Let's check our levels and everything. How's everybody doing? If you're new here, I'm Luna. Welcome. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to a live stream where we do readings for the collective. Ooh, things are popping. Um, so, no personal readings tonight. If you would like to engage in the chat, you do have to be a subscriber, but only for 1 minute. So hit the subscribe button, wait one whole minute, and then you can jump in on the chat. And also a reminder to switch where it's at the top of the chat box, switch from top chat to live chat. And hello, Tavia, and hello, Samantha. And hello, Sierra. Welcome, my dear. Welcome. Yay. Oh, Roxanne, hello, sweetheart. Hi, Alexandria. Allie, how you doing, sweetie? Hi, Marcy. How are you, my love? Hi, Elsie. Darcy, sweetie baby. Sweetie baby lammy pie. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I hope we have come with our humor intact because humor is so very necessary in the times we're living in. Oy vey. Okay, so, how'd you like that Mars Uranus Algol transit, eh? Fortunately, we are past that now. Mars has moved on. We're in the waning. Uranus is still sitting conjunct that fixed star, so there's still plenty of chaos to be had. But I want to. Hi, Laura. Welcome, dear. Just wanted to say a couple of things, and I mean, once again, we're traumatized. No doubt about it. We're absolutely traumatized. And got a really up close and personal, and this is what happens when we get nailed, when life nails us, as Pema Chodron says. The hardest thing is when there's a void of information. And when there's that void, our brains just want to fill it with anything, even if it's a pure stream of shit. Our brains just want to fill that void with some kind of information. So you saw all the spin-offs going, and it's like, okay, let's just draw it back, because all those spin-offs keep you in that heightened adrenaline state, and so it's important at times like this is what meditation's for, you guys. If you've done sitting meditation or done that kind of training, because it's training to just sit still no matter what's going on. Sit with yourself, be with yourself no matter what's happening. And you can be sitting and you're in terrible pain, or you're terribly bored, or you're really tired or something, and you learn just how to stay in this moment, breathing, abiding, and not spinning off into a story. And we do that training for times like these, when we have a lightning strike and there's a void of information. And just, the lightning strike by itself is enough. And we just can't, our instinct does all the spinny offy things. And that's why we have to train to, you have to learn how to go against that fight, flight, spin off thing. Anyhow, and there was something else big I wanted to talk about. We'll see if it comes back. Let me catch up with you guys. Sam and Sierra and Laura and all of my favorite people. Oh, Marcy, wait, what did I just miss? Yesterday was your 60th birthday. Happy birthday, happy solar return, Marcy. Yay, cronehood. Boy, that's another thing. Cronehood. I'm hitting new levels, you guys. Oh my God. Sierra, I'm glad you were drawn to watch. Yes, things are getting better. I'm glad, Allie. I'm very glad things are getting better for you personally. All the seers are here. Ah. Oh, well, the earrings and necklace. Okay, so you'll these are I'm noticing how they're kind of curling up at the ends here because they're so long. These were the first thing I made after, or the second thing I made when I learned how to bead. I learned to make a pair of earrings and I made those. And then I said, I want to make my own pattern. And this goddess and these earrings were the first things that I made. And they're large and I love them. This just is so, it's so wonderful. I want a dress made out of this. But and you can see how big they are. They hang down and kind of curl up on my shoulders. But yes, I needed that energy of the joy I sewed into these things when I first started to bead. Um, yes, Allie says Labour won the election by a landslide. This is it. France and the UK were previews of coming attractions of what's going to happen here. Except ours is going to be a lot messier. It already is, you know. I know. I know what I wanted to say. The spells and prayers did their trick. Good. I am so glad. And yes, I hope that you are still doing your spell work, your prayer work, your meditation work, that you are taking care of yourself. Absolutely. Um, and Sierra, yes, Darcy knows I make them. She has some. It's okay. It's okay, honey. It's okay. Oh, yes, your snowflake earrings. So, let me finish messages here. Yes, spells and prayers everywhere. It went so well also in France. Yes, the left won the preliminaries. It's so funny how they get two chances at it in France. Ellen Marie, hello, sweetheart. Marilyn, I'm really glad to see you. Okay, so um, after the weekend's unpleasantness, before we rolled into the week's unpleasantness, um, I hope that you, if you're, politically inclined, that you watch Resistance Live, hashtag Resistance Live on YouTube, because ECM is the best person to talk to when the shit's going down. And, her reminder was that the narcissism, and when a narcissist is shown to be weak or vulnerable, they double down. They go for it. And I was saying he's going to go full Adolf, as if he wasn't already. But the thing that I really want to ask you is, in the aftermath, and reasonable people in the aftermath want to say, so now can we talk about gun safety? Now can we talk about these things, assault weapons and stuff? Except that we can amongst all the reasonable people, but you have to really get dialed into your head that these are not functional people. They don't play nice. They don't, their minds don't change. Whatever trauma it was that set up that mindset, what they are, and I'm generalizing here, but I'm talking about narcissism. So let's just say a narcissist is empty at the core. There's nothing there. The only thing in that core, it's from very early trauma before this self gets really developed, and it disconnects, it unplugs, and there's this hollow core, and the only thing in that core is a thing echoing around saying, never enough, never enough, never enough. That's it. So you cannot reveal a narcissist as vulnerable in any way without backlash, without serious backlash. And then going into the RNC, and I hope none of you are watching that shit. Please don't do it to yourself. Because going in, we know who they are. They've shown us time and again. So try to persuade yourself not to go into outrage when they do what they do, because this is predictable. They do what they do. They will continue to do what they do, So please try to recognize that, yes, they're still who they are, and they're still doing those things, and then bring your focus back to, what can I do today? What action point can I take today to ensure that we go the way of France and the UK? Which we will. Yes, we will. So, um, so yes, self-care, absolutely self-care. Allie says, today I received by post my Kali Oracle from Alana Fairchild. Ha 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 ha. It does. Alana's decks are pure magic. They are pure ritual, you know, deep ritual and deep work. All of her decks are incredible. I don't have all of them. I have a good number of them, but uh, yeah, thank you, Darcy. And I wouldn't even have to lift a finger because the stabby energy of you steal my shit is already embedded, you know? Oh my goodness. Yes, Kalima, Kalima, Hecate. Yes, 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 indeed. For oh, Marilyn, wonderful. For narcissists, people are a means to an end. Yes, absolutely they are. So, Sam says, well, hopefully some advice on more things to do or seek out to raise us all collectively above all this nonsense. Okay, so I will give you some really practical ones, and that is mobilize.us, which is a website that just has all kinds of resources here, dozens and dozens and dozens of things you can do, places you can volunteer, you know, write postcards, send texts, all this kind of stuff you can do. So mobilizeus.us is where you want to go. All right, so let's do something here. Let's get going. And I don't promise to have a sharp brain tonight, but you're used to that. And Crone, I was talking about Crone stuff. Oh my God, you guys, the hair. My hair, since it started falling out like mad from the meds, so I'm thinking maybe that, you know, I still have to grow some meds out of it, but there's nothing I can do with it that is a happy thing anymore. So I may, yikes, I may be doing something drastic very soon. And that day it's like, okay, take it down, brush it out. What's it look like? Okay, can't do that. All right, put it up in a ponytail. What's it look like? Okay, can't do that. All right, so I offer you this sacred smoke. Please, whatever sacred smoke that you have, please light it up and give your space and yourself a sensing. By air and fire, may you be purified, inspired, charged, and empowered. By water and earth, may you be blessed, cleansed, healed, and made whole. And by the sound of the bell, may the space around you be cleared of any harmful energies, any harmful excess or deficiency. And may the space inside be clear. All thoughts that you don't need for this time, claim this time for yourself and let those thoughts park on the perimeter or even way out of sight. They can come back when you need them. And let's have a little bit more. May your attention come and be focused on this time and place, focused on resources and solutions, ways forward, ways inward and upward, guides and guardians, allies and ancestors, I thank you for being here. Let's start off in gratitude tonight. Gratitude for this lifetime. Gratitude that we find ourselves in this life with tools and with teachers and with resources ourselves, with a brain to think with, a discerning brain, the ability to question ourselves, change our thoughts, take responsibility. Gratitude for the health that we enjoy, gratitude for being able to sit here in front of a computer and have a roof over our heads, hot and cold running water, food to eat, people who love us and people that we love, and animals too. There's a pyewacket back there in the void. And gratitude for all the authors and artists and publishers of these wonderful decks. All right, let's do a little meditation, and then we will introduce the decks. Oh, wait. For all that we just invited and welcomed here, I offer you fresh water from the solar eclipse and the fire of Azrael for the spirit of divination. Okay, and also, how's the sound? I'm going into the yellow just talking at a normal tone, so I'm hoping that it's not too hot. Okay. Samantha says, I actually like watching the soft part of you spiral around and then the sharp part of you zings in on point that's coming through. Yep, that's the way it works, that's for sure. That's the Neptune part and the Uranus part, the Pluto part. Don't know if it's the baby, but the singing bowl's... Oh, wow, good. Carrie. Maybe he'll come up on my chair. He's been doing that a lot lately. He's such a lovey boy. Anyway, let's settle in, eh? So I'm going to take myself out of the picture so I don't look weird. Ha ha ha. All right, everybody. Settle in. Settle into your skin. Settle into the thing that is supporting you right now. Mother Earth. The being that supports you always. Always, always, always. So settle into the skin that she continues to make for you. You are a being that is constantly in creation, in the process of creation and destruction. Cells are growing, other cells are being destroyed, we're eliminating them. So just settle into this skin and into this cycle. Think about every time you take a breath, there's a cycle. You take the breath in and you fill up. It's bringing oxygen to your body, feeding the creative cycle, feeding the growth cycle, the healing cycle. Then you reach the peak of that breath. And then you start to exhale. You're releasing toxins. You're releasing the old things, the carbon dioxide that's been removed from your blood. You're releasing that. That's the destruction and the death cycle. And then when you get to the bottom of that breath, the next breath arises in an unending cycle. So settle into that cycle and breathe easily, deeply, and see each time you take a breath in, if you can notice your whole rib cage just expanding so softly and so naturally. And it expands like this because it's very relaxed. So you let your rib cage relax so that your breathing is organic and full and deep without any straining for it. It's just there. And then I wonder if you notice when you get to the bottom of the breath how your lungs empty out completely. And after that, how you just relax your belly and it starts the cycle over again. So, connecting with that breath cycle, let's add some intention to it. And as we breathe in, feel oxygenation happening, feel cells awakening, healing processes awakening. And as we exhale, feel everything leaving that we're done with. Our body is done with it. And each time you inhale and exhale, you feel good coming in, and you feel things that are done with leaving. And then begin to think about when you exhale, and these are things that I don't need, the carbon dioxide is leaving me, and the plants and trees are receiving that as their creative cycle. And when they exhale oxygen that we take in. And so every being on this planet dovetails with every other being. All of our processes are one process. One huge cycle of creation and destruction that contains billions upon billions of smaller and smaller and smaller cycles of creation and destruction. And then every once in a while, a lot of these cycles will coincide and hit a peak or a valley at the same time. And then we notice big shifts happening outside of ourselves. And big shifts happening inside. So now, just let your breath breathe itself. Thank your body for knowing how to do this, even when you are unconscious. And turn your attention down to your root chakra, to the gateway of life, and allow that energy center to begin to vibrate as a root grows down into the earth. This is your taproot. This is the big anchor. It's an extension of your energetic being, and you are an extension of planet Earth's physical being. She provides you with all the nutrients, all the building blocks of your body. So her physical energy extends in you, and your energetic energy now extends down into the earth as this wonderful root. And the first thing that happens is all the rest of what we don't need, all the rest of what we're done with, on every level. Physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, intellectual, let it all flow down. It's heavy stuff. This is all heavy stuff that we're done with. And it's not alive for us anymore. So it's dense and it's heavy, and it can just sink down into the earth very naturally, and you feel the gravity of the earth kind of pulling on it too. So it's very easy for all this stuff to just leave the body. And as it does, you notice that the rest of your body feels lighter. And allow your body, as it lightens up, to begin to relax and to expand ever so slightly. Feel the spaces between your cells growing. All that dense stuff has gone down to the earth, to the Black Mother who knows how to transform it into living nutrients. And it leaves a lot of space inside your body, and you feel your cells have more room to breathe. So each and every one of your cells just expands as it can take in more oxygen. And this expansion naturally brings more relaxation with it, because your muscles kind of let go of that clenched state and they just expand into relaxation. Notice how it's happening from the top of your head. Notice how your entire face is relaxing. And even the little muscles around your ears are relaxing. Your eyes, all the muscles in your cheeks, your upper lip, into your jaw, your lower jaw, your neck, down the back of your head. Just feel that expansion, relaxing into your shoulders, down your arms, down into your chest, into your back, between your shoulder blades, down to your diaphragm and your middle back, and down to your belly and your low back, and you feel your butt cheeks melt into the surface you're on, and you feel your thighs relaxing. And it flows down through your knees, your shins and calves, down to your ankles and your feet and toes, and feel the energy centers in the soles of your feet and the palms of your hands suddenly wake up, and you feel those centers expand and open. And now you feel earth energy begin to rise up that root. Green and gold, it comes and it fills all the wonderful space in your body. It comes into your body, it flows down your legs, down to the tip of every toe, and you can feel little prickles and tingles. Subtle at first, and then you notice them even more as it rises up into your pelvis, into your belly and low back, filling up your torso, up into your chest, to your shoulder blades, up to your shoulders, and rushing down to your fingertips, up into your neck and head, and you watch it as the green and gold spins and swirls. Little flashes happening here and there where the earth energy meets a tiny, tiny particle that's left over. And just let this energy spin and swirl all through your body. It goes where it needs to go, and it knows where it needs to go. You don't have to participate except to experience. Watch it happen. And feel it happening, and you can notice if it does go someplace in particular. There might be some information for you there. And exhaling fully on the next exhale. And on the next inhale, we draw up that energy, making it more bright and more vibrant. And we exhale only the breath. Notice how much brighter the green and gold are now. So beautiful and bright, like fireworks. And on the next inhale, we bring up more. Brighter, brighter, more alive, exhaling only the breath. And once again, turning it up to 11, so bright, so vibrant, so tingly, and exhale it out the crown of your head. And watch it arc down all around you, touching the ground, sinking in, hugging the root, and back down into the earth. And look at this beautiful sphere that you are now floating in. It is made of earth energy. It's sparkling green and gold, but it's transparent at the same time. There's no holes, there's no gaps. It is made from earth energy that has gone through your system. Therefore, it is an extension of you. It belongs to you. It's your shield. It's your energy field. Within it, you can observe everything you need to observe without absorbing anything into your energy system that does not belong there. And just feel how that energy keeps flowing from the earth up the root, through your body, and out and around, down into the ground. This just makes very profound and visible a connection and a process that is happening always. All it needs is your intention and your attention to ramp it up whenever it needs to be. And now reaching up, up, up into the vastness of space, and you feel star energy, cosmic energy, space energy flowing in silver and blue. Earth and sky are attracted to each other, and the silver blue rushes in, immediately connecting with the green gold. Down, down, down through your body, down through your arms, down through your chest and belly, down your legs to the bottoms of your feet, and then down through the taproot until it meets the sphere, the egg, and it rises back up the outside and into space. And inside you now, in the infinite space that is inside of you, you have a multitude of little spinning galaxies of light, earth and sky, mother and father, material and invisible. There's a wonderful chant. There's a secret one inside. All the stars and all of the galaxies run through her hands like beads. Feel yourself now balanced in this beautiful energy. Take this as a gift to yourself for standing on your feet through the most unbelievable of times, for staying there, standing up, for continuing to love and continuing to be a bright spirit, for accepting the assignment to be on this planet at this time. And into this space, invite all of your team, your guides and guardians, your ancestors, both lineal and spiritual. We invite in the sacred, we invite in the divine. And feel yourself get brighter inside and out with the beautiful rainbow light of the divine flowing through you and shining out of you. And then on the next exhale, let's take in a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, push the outer layer of that sphere out and feel it instantly connect into a seed of life mandala with all the others that are doing this meditation in this endless now. Whether they're doing it in the temporal now is the same as we are or not, in this realm there is no time or space. And now, with the very best of intentions, in perfect love and perfect trust, and asking to hear what we need to hear to continue being the warriors we are, moving our world towards the one love. Let your breath settle. And come on back. Come on back. I'm waiting for the buffering lag to go by and see if see, there we go. Waiting for the teeny tiny dies. Oh, and welcome to all of you that are here, and I invite you to please click that like button if you would. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you to those who have done it already. And now let's get it going. It's 40 minutes in, you guys. Holy crap. Let's introduce the decks. All right. First deck is the Sacred Path cards. This is Jamie Sands and Linda Childers. It was the first one that put itself in my mind, and when I asked what it wanted to be, it went one, of course. Like, of course you would. And then we have The Sacred Rebels by Alana Fairchild. And let's see, the artist on this deck is, oh my God, here we go. Autumn Sky Morrison. Then we have The Sacred She Tarot by Madeva Padma. I have been using her Tao Oracle lately, and it's fabulous. Then we have The Sacred Circle Tarot. The Moon deck, oh yes, that's the Sacred She. Sacred Circle Tarot is Anna Franklin, illustrated by Paul Mason. Fabulous deck as well. Then we have the Sacred Rose deck. Which is by Johanna Gargiulo Sherman, or Gargiulo, I don't know. And then we have the Sacred Hags Oracle. You may have noticed a pattern. You may have noticed a pattern. I hope you noticed a pattern. Let's see here. Oh, I did. God, I can't remember from one to the next. Daniel Dulski, and the illustrations are Janine Hausman. And yeah, this deck is fabulous. All right. So in case you didn't notice the pattern, I'm going to wait till somebody tells me. Let's grab the Astro Dice. and see where we're at. All right. We have Jupiter in Cancer, which I do believe is exalted. Am I right about that? Yeah, pretty sure. Jupiter in Cancer in the 10th house. Wow. An expansion of nurturing energy is the goal here. It's what we're all about. This is what also you think about what's in the public eye right now and how do we counter that. I'm going to be fucking around with lights a little bit if you don't mind. How do we counter that? And think about what it is you put out into, the collective consciousness. And I haven't been on Facebook and such much lately just because it's just, we're all worn out, we're all terribly worn out. But thinking about putting out things that are very Jupiterian. What's Jupiter? It is philosophy, it's understanding, it is expansion, it's generosity, benevolence, joviality. That's actually the Roman word for Jupiter is Jove. So am I totally wrong on that? Zeus is Greek, Jupiter, Zeus and Jupiter, right? But anyway, the word Jovian it refers to Jupiter. And so jovial, humor. I've seen some wickedly funny memes, but I won't repeat any of them. And of course, Cancer is about nurturing. It's about taking care of our emotional body. And as I was saying in the beginning here, not allowing in unnecessary hits. We don't need to re-traumatize ourselves through exposure to things that we already know are there. So we can do that. And 10th house is public eye. It's starts with the midheaven, and it's what we're here to achieve. It's the mark we are here to make on this planet in this the longer cycles with the shorter cycle of our life. And we are here to bring benefit in a nurturing way and make it public. So Jupiter also is mass communication. So putting things out that are going to expand the good, expand the sense of care and nurturing. Ooh, I have something else to show you before we get going. A friend of mine went to England and specifically Cornwall, and she brought me some things back. And there's this wonderful little prosperity spell bottle from a little witch shop called the Wandering Witch in Tintagel. There is this stone from one of the pathways leading to Stonehenge. There is a stone from Boscastle, where there's a witchcraft and magic museum. There are shells, beautiful little limpet shells from St. Ives Bay. And there is a bottle of water from Chalice Well at Glastonbury. I am so blown away by this, I can't tell you. And I'm a water person. I have almost equal fire and water in my chart, but water wins. And over under my altar, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bottles of water. River, lake, lunar eclipse, solar eclipse, ocean, and others. There's a big bottle that's full of gold glitter, so I can play with it. Okay, let's see. Madam Mim to join us. Jupiter and Cancer. For you. Ah, awesome. Yay, Marcy. Foundations where we feel at home. Yes, absolutely. Where we feel secure. Oh, thank you, Ella Marie. I am happy to inspire. Okay. I know, water from the water from the sacred well. Oh my, just amazing. Okay, so anyhow, let's get going here. All right. Who, but who would like to come out and talk to us first? Number 5, which is the Sacred Rose. And this is either like the oldest or the second oldest deck over here. This is one of my foundational decks. And I have done no shuffling as I was setting things up. So thank you, US Games. And I have, yes, I have tasted the well water. You can taste it. You can smell on the cork. You can smell the minerals. It smells alive. So, yeah, amazing. Oops, okay, they don't want that way anymore. Let's do it this way. What do we need to know? I'm going to put some more Fire of Azrael. I've got all the stuff to make more. I got it forever ago, and I still haven't made it. And I'll tell you what's been happening. I'm trying to, like, rearrange and set some things here and there, and I have like gone through clothes, and I've got 2 big bags that are going out, and other things, like I know what needs to go, I know what I'm getting rid of, but I haven't gotten rid of it yet, and I'm trying to do things around that. And I got a huge reminder today that I just need to back the hell up, get rid of shit first, and then decide where everything's going to land. Hi, Catherine. Welcome, my love. All right. Ooh, they're levitating off of here. Okay. Well, we're going to take them just like this. Look, okay. I think I'm going to go this way. Well, I started here, so let's not second guess. No. Do things the way we do them, unless we tell the cards we're doing otherwise in the beginning. Okay. You're checking this, right? Oops. Wow, you guys. Check it out. Oh, hey, here's a little thing from the last live that we did when I did the Tara cards. And it was the prayer circle. And I didn't see until after I left the live, and I looked at how the cards were laying, and literally these 2 said, rejoicing destroys negativity. We talked about that a lot last time. So here we have Ace of Swords in the center. The beginning comes from what is cut away. So yes, cut away. What do you need to cut away to take life down to less than underwhelm, less than overwhelm? Here we go. Then we have the Ace of Cups over here, the beginning of healing, the beginning of joy, the beginning of that feeling. I love Ace of Cups cards, and I love the decks that show them, with this transparent water, this crystalline water. You can just see it flowing. Just that feeling of being washed clean. We can cut away and wash clean. And in the cutting away, there may be a grief process happening. If it's time to downsize and let go of things that really, do come with an emotional story, but maybe they're not functioning in your life. Maybe they're not really adding to your life. They're just stored away, because of the memory that's attached. Well, first question is, are you going to forget that memory if you don't have this thing in your closet? And do you really need it? Is it functioning in your life? And if not, to let it go and then grieve, the thing, and embrace the memory. And let that grieving heal you, and let it wash some more of the load out of your life. And then here's the Hanged Man, seeing it from a different perspective. The thing is not the memory. The thing is not the person. And sometimes you can think of other ways to keep things, through photographs, stuff like that. Then look at this. Look at this, you guys. Ace of Cups, 10 of Cups, 3 of Cups. Hanged Man, Justice, 10 of Cups, Justice, 10 of Cups, Justice. We have swung so far down to the nadir. that, you know, we have we hit rock bottom yet? We won't know. We won't know until we start coming out the other side. The thing is, though, um, that we need to just stay conscious while we're on the downslide. But look, the ace to the 10 of cups, this is the happy family. We have all the colors of roses here, all levels. Taking that healing energy, multiplying it, extending it to family, community. And then we've got justice here. Blind justice, which means everybody deserves to be happy. One of the reasons we're in such shit is because these miserable people are miserable. They're not happy people. They're not happy people. They live in a hell inside, and they're trying to take the rest of us there with them. You know, their lives are filled with externals. The greed is because I have a hole to fill that's unfillable. Never enough, never enough, never enough, right? But this is saying we've gone down that bottomless well, that pit. It's not even a well, it's a pit, you know? But if we can take and continue to generate health, happiness, joy in our lives, see letting go of things as that means I'm lighter. I'm just lighter, new perspective, bringing things back into alignment. Alignment and balance, you know, equilibrium is like this. When we think about balance, this is balance. Balance is a constantly moving thing, right? So justice says that it always goes back the other way. You know, when it's part of the same cycle, if this happens, this has to happen. So justice is the righting of things, the alignment of things. And look at the Three of Cups down below, celebration. Wow. I'm almost scared to turn this one over. And look, oh my goddess, look at this, the Three of Swords. So we have to continue, and then we have Two of Pentacles here. We have to continue, you know, this is our job, to remember, to continue to generate the love, the healing, the joy, the celebration, to continue to celebrate people's birthdays. Marcy's birthday. My nephew-in-law, Justin's birthday yesterday. You know, people who are achieving and having personal victories and milestones in times like this, they become even more important. Even more important. Yes, there's a lot of juggling. So we've got the Justice, and here's the Two of Pentacles. You might need to be making decisions with your resources. And there might be a lot of heartache going along with this process of cutting away, seeing the truth as well. And you know, there's levels of truth. When you look at the mundane truth, you know, see the truth, you become aware of the machinations of what's going on and the corruption and everything. But that's little truth. That's event truth. That's people's behavior truth. Then there's big truth. There's big truth right there. Here's another thing that's on my mind and that is definitely coloring things. Saturday was the celebration of life for Uncle Mo, Maurice Drake, who was an icon in Kent. Wonderful, wonderful man. Absolutely wonderful man. And his every, you know, post he had hashtag one love, one love, one love. And he lived it. He absolutely lived it, and it was shown in the incredibly diverse, huge crowd of people that showed up to celebrate him and talk about, you know, the kind of man he was. Very Jupiterian. I'd love to have his chart. But giving, giving, giving. He's there to bring benefits. So that's what we're here for. Yes, we have to juggle our resources. Yes, we have to deal with the shit. We can't ignore it. This isn't about denial. It's not about denial. It's about balance. We have to grieve. We have to feel. And then we have to go back to my beautiful life. How can I bring more beauty to this life and multiply it? The ace and the 10, it's like multiply it, celebrate it. Hoo-wee, Sacred Rose. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, I got to go back a little bit. The cup of milk of the milk of human kindness. Yes. Marcy says Simon Harrison from the YouTube channel The Hermit's Cave. I love Simon. Lives in Nottingham. Oh, I don't think I've seen him there. I'll have to find those videos. Tavia says I sat and quilted and listened to the Tara mantra for an hour. So healing. To live from the inside out, not the external. Yes, well said. And yeah, the Tara mantra. It really does something, doesn't it? He always posts his visit to that place on YouTube. Long time till November. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And we can't just be hanging and waiting until then. We've got to generate the love and we got to do our work. Allie watches Simon too. Yes, he's wonderful. Your body is woven from the light of heaven. Rumi. Ooh, thank you, Darcy. Oh, beautiful. You two learn a lot about tarot. Okay. Yes, yes. This is okay. All right. Yeah, well, all thanks to the Sacred Rose. That was something else, wasn't it? Thank you. Thank you. All right. Who's up next? Sacred Path. I don't know that anybody's acknowledged the pattern yet. Pattern? Pattern, anyone? And I want more. I want more incense. It smells so good. And it's finally cooled down here. It was only 75 degrees today. It's going to be even cooler tomorrow. We had some good rain. Cooling off, cooling off, cooling off is what we need. All right. Sacred Path, what do we need from you? All right, I'm going to stop. Hey, Doris, can you read that? It says fire medicine. Passion and spontaneity. War bonnet. Advance. Oops. Smoke signals. Intent. Dreamtime. Unlimited vision. North Shield. Wisdom. Gratitude. And Hour of Power. Ritual of Joy. I mean, do I even need to say? Do I even need to? Passion and spontaneity. Look at him standing in the fire, letting that sacred fire take us over. Your purpose, whether it's, we're very externally focused right now because it's an external manifestation of the ills, the internal stuff. And so we can be losing sight of our own passion through that focus, becoming disconnected. So it's time to step into the fire again. What is your passion? What do you love doing? How can you get back there? How can you get back there to live loving what you do and doing what you love? And to, part of that passion is to be in a world that allows your purpose, and embraces it and welcomes it. And then we have advance and intent. So we go forward with the intent to burn with that spiritual fire, to bring light and heat. And we do want to bring light and not just heat. We have enough heat. There's enough heat going on right now. So we want to make sure that we're bringing the light as well as the heat. And then we have unlimited vision. And that vision is fueled by wisdom and gratitude, the white buffalo. And we're funneling all of this into our ritual of joy. This hour of power, I love it. Living your life should be your ritual of joy. Engaged in every moment, pulling yourself back from when, and there is absolutely no judgment from me about checking out, because we just need to check out sometimes, but then remembering to check back in, because I can't stay away for long, because I love this so much. I have to come back to what I love, not just what distracts me, what I love. And when you're doing what you love and it's coming from your sacred fire and your passion, it's part of this whole system. Something's wrong without it. If we don't have your passion manifesting, working, then there's something missing from this ritual of joy. Whew. Holy shit, you guys. So, got the message? I think we do. Whew. The pattern is an ask. Sacred rose, sacred path. I think Catherine might be onto something. What's next? Number 3. The sacred she tarot. I feel like I might have to take a break, because this is like those first 2 decks. And I want to mention that we are on a Sag moon tonight, so with Jupiter coming out. Yes, Samantha says mostly love and peace with just the right amount of fuck off. Although she just said F. I wanted to get bumper stickers made that said for Christmas, or like, maybe I won't tell you, somebody will take my idea. Stickers, anyway, that says 51% sugar plum fairy, 49% nutcracker. Or was it the other way, 49% sugar plum fairy and 51% nutcracker? Depends on the day, I guess, is what I say. Here we go. All right, sacred she. All right. We're just going to do them face up. There's the 3 of Swords again. Ooh, okay. Now we're getting down to it. So we have imagination in the beginning, and that is the 11 of air. So looking out to the horizon, seeing this ship. Is it a real ship? Is it a ghost ship? You can kind of see through it. It's all white. So what are we creating when we look out to the horizon, when we look out to what we call the future? What is it that we see on that horizon? And with the, visualization and intent going on, please consciously see what it is you really want to see. You have to direct your thoughts. And I know, being neurodivergent, that I have the intrusive thoughts that I call disaster head. Didn't know it had like a psychological word, but I will, my husband leaves to go take my daughter back to her house, and I am suddenly imagining, like vividly playing through the absolute her most horrific disaster that could possibly happen. And then I have to go, okay, stop. Let's stop, honey. Let's stop. Don't do that. It's an automatic. It's an automatic. So choosing what you imagine and what you really invest energy into, choosing that. And here's inspiration. This is the Ace of Fire. And then we have heartbreak over here, the Three of Air, the Three of Swords. So when we look out, we can be inspired by what we're imagining, the future we're imagining, but then we also have the heartbreak of, recognizing where we are now and really having to acknowledge that. It's not imagination, it's for reals. And when we want to be in the power place, to be in the power place is to fully accept the way things are right now. So we've got that saying, yes, our hearts are breaking on the daily. And so the inspiration and the heartbreak are kind of, neck and neck. Now, this is the knight, the 12 of fire, so the knight of fire. And look at him, look at her on this horse, and she is firing an arrow that has a rose at the tip. And look over here at who caught that rose in their teeth. Satisfaction, intention, satisfaction, the Nine of Earth. So inspiration allows us to shoot the arrow. What is it that we want to send out there? We imagine it, we fire it with our inspiration, with our creativity, with our emotions. We aim with our intention, shoo, and when it lands, there's that feeling of satisfaction. And, the other thing that fuels it is also heartbreak. And so when we have satisfaction, that kind of balances the heartbreak a little bit. Whatever it is that we are accomplishing, allow yourself to celebrate it. And then down at the bottom here, we've got anxiety right under imagination. So this is the Moon card. Under imagination, look at how the wolves are howling up into imagination here. We cannot let our anxiety fuel the things that we're imagining. Triumph and love. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. What triumphs always, eventually, always, always? Love. One love, Mo. Big love. Big, 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 big love. But, it's one thing to intend. We also have to bring it through the body in some way. I'm seeing it kind of land over here without sort of the vehicle. But, part of the spell, when you're infusing it with inspiration and everything, is to actually feel what it's going to feel like when the thing is accomplished. So allow yourself to, step into that moment of what's this going to feel like. And I just had a flash of a moment, was it in 2012? Maybe? When we got marriage equality. And it was during Hogwarts. And classes were going on. I was headmistress at the time, headmaster. And I went and grabbed our big bell and went ringing through the halls. We have equality. We have marriage equality. So I'm going to remember that, the satisfaction of that moment, that love bursting forth, the triumph of love. And dial into that. That's another thing that can feed rather than anxiety. And it says, too, what do we do when we're feeling the anxiety? Well, then it's time to get working and remind ourselves. So, when we were talking about getting rid of things and maybe having another way to save them, take a picture of them or something, write something about them in a journal, something like that. But it's important to have memories that are in a place where you can access them when you are in a mental and emotional place where you can't, because if you've ever had depression, there are times when you can't. Even if you can remember that thing, you can't access the feeling. So it's a good thing to have things that will remind you. But again, justice, balance, Two of Pentacles. You got to juggle the stuff and the memories and, make it manageable for yourself. But the triumph of love at the end here, yeah, I'll take that. Hoo-wee. Ah, I love this deck. All right. Number 5, we did number 5. Number 2, Sacred Rebels. Oh, Cuddly Koala, hello. Hello, darling. I didn't see you there. Yes, I do need to sell those stickers. Yeah, yep. It is a lovely act, too. I think you were right the first time. Because it was an act. It was an act of love. Yep. Yep. White buffalo. I've seen several, I will have to say several, white buffalo calves born in recent years. If they can't get our attention the first time. Okay. So has anybody really caught the pattern? Catherine was getting there. So far we've had Sacred Rose and Sacred Path and Sacred She, and now we have the Sacred Rebels deck. And the last two are the Sacred Circle Tarot and the Sacred Hag's Oracle. I thought we needed a healthy dose of the sacred tonight with all the mundanery, chicanery going on. Okay, Sacred Rebels, what do you have for us today? That's right. Ding, 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 ding. Everything's sacred. In one of my favorite books, Even Cowgirls Get the Blues by Tom Robbins, there is a character whose name is a racial slur, so I won't say it. But he's like the wise guy that's up in the mountains and everybody goes up and he does silly things. But I think it's on the wall of his cave, is carved. And I don't remember the order of it, but it's, I believe in nothing. Everything is sacred. I believe in everything. Nothing is sacred. I think it starts with that. I believe in everything. Nothing is sacred. I believe in nothing. Everything is sacred. It's a nice little mind blower to play with now and again. Okay. I'm kind of waiting to see if we have some jumpers here. Nope, they're telling me stop after this one. All right, here we go. They were running into each other. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. There you go. Diving for light. Okay, when I had several of the sacred decks, because, all right, I want to tell you, all of the sacred decks, quote, that are in my collection, because it's a hoot. All right, wait a second. where's the, what up? There it is. All right. So I have uh, Oracle of the Sacred Horse, the Sacred Circle Tarot, Sacred Hag's Oracle, Sacred Path Cards, Sacred Rebels Oracle, Sacred Rose Tarot, Sacred She Tarot, Sacred Traveler Oracle Cards, Sacred Vision Oracle Cards, and White Newman, a Sacred Animal Tarot. So lots and lots and lots of sacred decks. And when I had like three of them, Oracle decks that were competing with each other, and this was one of them, and I asked them for, give me a card, and it was Diving for Light, and I knew right then, it's like, yep, she's coming out tonight. And then Heaven Sent, Inner Trust, Going Beyond Normal. Ooh, she feels, she knows. Okay. So right off the rip, relax the hold of darkness. That's what we've been talking about. Stepping, generating something that is big enough to balance out the bigness of the ick. And when we step into our joy, it naturally relaxes that hold of darkness. But the second part of that phrase, and be at cause. Be at cause. What are you here to do? What's your purpose? I want to read some of that because it's such an interesting phrase. Hold on. All right, courage in bucket loads, higher voltage. You're being asked to allow yourself to be lifted out of one level of known reality and into the next level of higher voltage reality. Higher voltage reality requires a more absolute trust and a heart that is surrendered into the greater heart of the universe so that life can happen to us, through us, and with us more quickly, more radically, more beautifully, and more boldly. You're now being invited into this new reality where things happen quickly and according to bold, loving optimism. Another key word for Jupiter. This is a reality not only of potential, but of manifestation of the great, big, cosmic yes. Okay, to access this reality, you have to leap from known waters, and others may think you're crazy for doing so. You have to leave behind the dark, weighty grip of hesitation, procrastination, second guessing, and the belief you have to do everything on your own. All right, I'm not gonna go further with that. All right. And diving for light, going down, letting go of the hold of the darkness, but being willing to go there to find out what it is, to find out what part of me is still lost there. That's why we go into the darkness, because part of our light is stuck there. It's covered over there. And our job is to go retrieve it. And going through the dark to get it takes us through those grieving processes, those, acknowledgement of trauma and the processing of it. So we dive deep into those dark emotional waters so that it will not have a grip on us anymore, so that we can retrieve our light, because we're going to need it. Look at this spiral, ramping up a voltage. Think about our little green and gold earth energy there. This is coming up out of a tree trunk. It's a beautiful image. Then we have Heaven Sent. So prayer work, I hope you're doing your prayer work or your mantra work, whatever you want to call it. I know some people don't like the word prayer, whatever words you use. How are you doing your generating divine, channeling divine, thanking the divine, giving gratitude, generating that energy. They say, prayer is talking to God, meditation is listening, chanting, mantra, that kind of prayer, the repetition of prayer is a generation of energy. You're not talking to, you're not listening, you're generating. You're a generator. So allow yourself to be a generator, because this energy is going up, but it's also coming down. We dive in, we generate, and let heaven send through us. Then we've got inner trust and going beyond normal. All right, so when we've gathered all the parts of ourselves that have been lost for so very long and denied, because, hold on, my back is doing a thing, sorry. When you have part of ourselves that have been denied for a long time because they hurt, because they're traumatic to go into, because we know it's going to suck. We know it's going to suck. But stronger than that, we know, because we've been through this before, that it is worth every drop of suck in the bucket to get there and retrieve that light. Because when we find that light, we then, it's more than just that piece of you that split off that you're retrieving. It is that trust in yourself, so that when I hit a tough patch again, when I slip and fall again, I am going to be there for myself. I am going to step up. I'm going to take myself and say, come on, honey, we're not going to go down that road again. Let's do the good work. Let's do our prayer work. Let's let heaven send. And as we retrieve these parts of ourselves, this going beyond normal is wonderful, because you will see the emergence of this absolutely unique being. Nobody has the configurations and components that you have. Nobody ever, ever, ever has what you have. So you're not normal. You are not normal, my dear. That's something to be celebrated. Go beyond the idea of normal. Look at this, like a clock face here. And the buttons, ooh, makes me think of button down. We don't need to have normal. Just because something's normal doesn't mean it's good. It doesn't mean it's functional. So kick the word normal out. Functional is what we're after. We can be crazier than a hoot owl, but if we're functioning, or you can behave like you're normal and just not be functioning at all because you're repressing your true self so badly. So when we've dealt with this stuff, this trauma, and when we are generating this sacred energy, and the more you generate that sacred energy, the easier it is for those old things to kind of bust up and start to move. The more that our inner trust grows, and we can allow things to surface, emotions to surface that need to be healed and reintegrated. And then what's the result of that? She feels, she knows. Look at her. And look at those eyes. She's beautiful, and you could also see her as battered and bruised. And yet, she still channels the light. She still dives deep and reaches high and is willing to channel that light and work her purpose. I'm going to look that one up too. An illumination is erupting from within you as a vision that is bringing what was once obscured into clarity. This is not likely to happen as a blinding, shocking insight, but as more of a softer, gentle knowing. It is like knowing something without understanding exactly when or how you came to know it. There is a pattern in several spiritual traditions of, or an acknowledgement, I should say, that there's the way I got this information was through Prema Dasara, my teacher in the Tara dance practice, and blessings to her. And I was talking about lineage traditions in Buddhism and how I really appreciate it, but it was really rigid in some schools. And, you cannot do this unless you have a teacher, and you cannot arise as the goddess unless your teacher says you're ready to. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? No, I'm Buddha too. Remember, I know when it's time to rise. And I said, I kind of have a problem with that. Plus, I know that I have information that just comes in flashes of insight. And then when I have these big moments, they'll be validated. I'll be reading something within, a few days or sometimes within a few hours, and that information gets validated. And she said, well, there's a women's lineage, and it's called the direct lineage. The direct downloads. That's ours, sisters. And in Buddhism, in Tantra, in Hinduism, the woman carries the Shakti. She carries within her all of it, and they must tap in. I think I've talked about this recently. Anyway, so that's what that was saying. So I think we've got that. Yeah. But yes, is the voltage rising? Yes, it is. Absolutely. Oof. I was thinking about the moon card down there as well. Amazing. Okay. Let me go back here. Oh, Laura says, I like the book Skinny Legs and All. Yes, me too. Every one of his books is so wonderful. My favorite of his is Jitterbug Perfume. It's the only of his books that made me cry, that makes me cry. It's a touching, wonderful love story. Pan is in it, and it's Tom Robbins, so it's just like all over the place, but it's just a fabulous book. Okay. Tavia says, I read today my gut might hang over my belt, but she knows things. Oh, my gut knows so many things. Cuddly says, this is my biggest question at the moment. What's my purpose now that my family is raised and gone? Well, nobody knows it better than you, my love. You just got to uncover it. Start generating the energy. Spread love and glitter anywhere. Yes. Technically what you got from your Kali reading. Yeah, so what is normal? Normal is common. Normal means the majority of people do this, right? But that doesn't mean it's natural or healthy or functional. It just means the majority of people have agreed to this, right? Yes, Darcy, normal is a fantasy. Absolutely. Catherine says, the Oracle card I pulled today was Inner Integration from the Lantern Oracle. Ooh, another great one. I love that deck. I see some of that in this reading. Yes, absolutely. Both light and shadow are the dance of love. Absolutely. All right. I do have to take a teeny break, if you don't mind. I'm going to take myself out. I'm going to leave the drums going, and I'll be right back. I'm back. Thank you for your understanding. And you know what? In a hot second here. I meant to do that ages ago. Alrighty, now, next up, what do we have left? We have Sacred Circle and Sacred Hags. Alrighty. What are you talking about? Yep. Okay. 1, 1. That was 2 ones in a row. 5. Now 1, 6. Yay! Yay, Sacred Hags! Except this deck doesn't shuffle right, so we're just gonna... And then we will split and pick. Wait a minute. Yes, thanks for the likes, you guys. Oop, okay. Hey, come here. We have the Hag of Gray Owls. We have the Flame Tender's Temple. Cracking the Cosmic Egg. Okay. Here comes the rest of them. The Wild Hunt. The Shadow Keeper, interesting. And the Grandmother's Prayers. Oh my goodness. Alrighty. So Flame Tender's Temple is Long Vision. Actually, Hag of Gray Owls was out first. Dreams speak. Your dreams are the greatest oracle, my love. And I will read the Grandmother Speaks for every one of these because it's so good. Thanks to that diligent, owl-eyed crone weaver who spins away all night long, you are gifted with miraculous story after miraculous story, all while your body lies still and your breath and your heart make their own music. When you wake, you recall small, nonsensical tidbits that seem to mean little. That is until you are greeted with clear signs by the light of day that your dreams are imbued with rich meaning. For all our skepticism, we cannot refuse magic for long. You are being called to look to your dreams now, for they are showing you much about who you are and what may come. That dream-weaving hag is doing her best, but she needs to see you care about solving those beauteously clever riddles she favors you with night after night. She needs to see you care about solving them. I love the writing. Your languages do not match, you see. You must learn to understand one another, you and that spinner woman. She wants you to crack her code. She wants you to receive your gifts, and she wants more than anything in the whole of this wild world for you to drink your dream medicine. Okay. So that's one of the wonderful things about doing divination and using tarot and oracles is that they program. You are learning a language together. Your subconscious mind through the images, your conscious mind through the words are learning a language that you can communicate to each other with. When you do ritual, you learn a set of symbols that and visual symbols and that's why symbols are, the visual is key because that's the language of the right brain where you access everything. Okay. Now, the Flame Tender's Temple, long vision. Witches have the long vision. Witches know that great things take time to cook and the most epic spells take time to come to fruition. Witches see themselves as part of a long line of wise ones, with their most ancient ancestors and loving descendants as part of their story. We are but a single breath in the wild myth that is our soul family. We are so small and yet so extraordinary. We must tend the flames for this damaged miracle we call a planet. Wow, resonating with the other images from tonight. We must attend the flames in the name of dying art and soon to be reborn grace. Consider this. What did your grandmothers light candles and speak prayers for that they themselves did not receive, though you perhaps have? And what do you sing your hopeful songs for that might only come to pass for your compassionate yet to be born kin? We're not just working for ourselves, you guys. We are not working for ourselves. We are working for the long vision, for the changing of this planet in ways that we probably will not see in our lifetimes, just the way our ancestors did. Then we have cracking the cosmic egg, creativity. Birth is violent, is it not? Yeah. Look to the creation myths from around the world, and you will not find sweet and painless tales of whole worlds being born. No, you'll find much eruption and blood. You'll find grand and climactic interstellar storms and children burdened with terrible choices we would not wish on the wisest warrior. Creation demands our fearlessness, and no great art is ever born easily. Is now the time to crack the cosmic egg, dear child? Are you pregnant with some epic dream that wants your mothering? Know that manifestation is gnarly and press on. The world needs your medicine. Holy fuck. Okay, just knocking them down one at a time. And by the way, the different categories. The red ones are the sacred hags. The orange ones, let's see. Hold on. The green ones are the seasons. We don't have any of those. The orange ones are the stories. And the blue ones are the spells. Okay. So we have one hag, we've got 4 stories, and we've got 1 spell. All right. So doing an egg spell would be a really excellent thing, you know? An egg, you can do all kinds of egg spells. I'm sure there are videos. But you can decorate an egg and infuse it with your wish and go and put it in the ground and release it, stomp it into the ground. You can do the egg spell where you run it over your body to have it dispel and, whoops, remove things that aren't yours. There's all kinds of spells you can do with eggs. All right. The Wild Hunt. Activation. It begins now. Look for the omens, the signs of the unfolding story. Tell me, what are your dreams telling you now as you sit altar-side wanting answers? Boy, dreams, dreams, and more dreams. You are omniscient after all, and you already house the whole of your story somewhere inside the depths of your wild mind. Some things are best kept secret, of course, and our minds protect us as often as they betray us. Just for today, allow yourself to trust your intuition, to be ever so slightly more attuned to the mystery than you normally are. Why, right now, right in this moment, there is a dream awaiting you in the spectral realm that will gift you with the answers you seek. Okay. Activation. We had, think of the other card there, it was the Knight of Fire, who was shooting her arrow this way in that same spot. All right, then we have the Shadow Keeper. Secrets. There are, of course, those who speak of secrets as if they are some evil force that will always break you, that are a sign of your weakness or fear. I say secrets are sometimes truths that must gestate, that are always destined to be revealed in time. You owe no one your secrets until you are ready to tell them. Beloved, until you can speak of these things with care, until the sharing itself can become the untethering ritual it deserves to be. Don't tell me, I don't want to know, but reflect on this. Which secrets do you keep warm for now, letting them simmer in shadows until they are ready to be born into the light? Which secrets feel cumbersome and binding, and which feel more like boundaries than cages? Wow, okay. Then the grandmother's prayers is elderhood. What elders have you been blessed to know in your life, child? Elders are truly compassionate wisdom keepers who stand on that wild divide between innocent grace and high fire leadership. They have lived long, yes, but that is most certainly not the only qualification for elderhood. A true elder, my love, allows their soul to guide while their smaller selves and ego-born desires take the back seat. Because we don't give a shit anymore if our bellies hang over, right? Okay. You know you are conversing with an elder because youthful wonder and otherworldly knowing converge in their words. If you want to truly understand spirit and divinity, ask an elder. Mind you, they may have no great title, no letters following their name. There is a humility accompanying their wisdom and an adamant refusal to claim ownership over principles and language that are timeless. Yeah. Okay, I think this is just like more of everything that we've said, and I'm not going to add anything to that. We let the grandmother speak on her own. Okay. Oh, I love this deck so. All right. And then our last is the Sacred Circle. Okay. Granny's prayers are always the best, that's for sure. Oh, Catherine, I am shaking. For 2 nights in a row, I've dreamt of massive destruction. Acres of crumbled concrete smoldering, but oddly, I see it and continue on. That absolutely is the Tower card. And I mean, yeah, I understand. I understand. And it is so, I mean, it's happening now. I wasn't going to say it's so very likely. These things will happen. These things are happening. They've been happening. Ukraine, Palestine, these things are happening. And, you know, there's an acknowledgement to go with that, Catherine, that just because we are who we are, we've begun to believe that it can never happen in this country. But it's happening from the inside, you know? It's happening from the inside, and it is entirely possible for it to happen on the outside as well. So I want to say here, once again, yesterday and today were prime days, and I took some steps more towards getting things that we may need, you know, if a balloon goes up of sorts. One of them here it is. I got one of these life straws where you have to soak it, but you can take and suck up, you know, from a creek or a stream or a puddle and not get sick. So just a good thing to have. I'm going to have a kit in the car. So, all right. Yeah, Catherine. Well, and I mean, we've already passed that, like I said, the Mars-Uranus algol. It'd be interesting to know where it was happening in your chart. Allie says, thinking about the scrambled egg spell in the film parody Robin Hood Men in Tights. Okay, yes, awesome. Seeing the tragedy and comedy masks. Wow, yeah. Ownership over principles. Sam says ownership over principles and language structures are falling. Yeah, Catherine, didn't need to fall, but that are doing it the easy way. Some are choosing the hard way. Yeah, we can move forward with courage and compassion and creativity and exactly. And but you know, also with that, just that the courage of acknowledging that this can happen here too. That, you know, we can no longer afford denial. We cannot afford denial because each and every one of us is needed in whatever capacity we can serve. And, you know, we have to, first of all, do our practice so that we can function and serve. But we can hold the reality of what's happening because we've been watching it for a while and try to step out of the disbelief. I can't believe this. I can't believe, because that's kind of the kick up of denial, you know. So, okay, I don't have to believe it. It is happening. It's a fact. And what if, you know, the what ifs that make you shore yourself up for such events. And I mean, just the fact of the weather and how storms have been strengthening and heat waves and droughts and, you know, just that let alone all the political shenanigans. So again, do what you can do to take care of you and yours. Okay, so we have Page of Wands and Page of Cups. How interesting. Potential, reflection. So both pages, so the beginning phases, formulating, and Page of Wands is dealing with the potential. What's the potential in this situation? So that's the awareness of things that can happen, things that have happened. And then the reflection here of saying, and what does that mean? You know, and we don't necessarily have to find a meaning in it to go, oh, that's what's happening, and you know, I'd like that to change. So, but we reflect on the impact of it, and then we look towards, and then where do we go from here? And then recovery. Then we have recovery. For the Nine of Wands. Here's more wands, grounding. And then, so Five of Wands, Five of Cups. Look at the symmetry this one's coming out with. That's one of my hallmarks of valid readings. And then we've got the Nine of Discs. So that's the second time we've had the Nine of Discs or Earth. So Five of Wands and Five of Cups, grounding, regret. All right, we acknowledge the potential. We reflect on things that we're already experiencing. We can take that energy and ground it down into the earth, right? Run it through the body. Let the emotions flow. Get it. You got to get it through your energy system, you know, and then ground it down to earth. What do I do about it? What's the practical step here that I need to take? How is it actually manifesting in my life, in reality, something I can put my hand to and change? Then we've got regret on this side, Five of Cups. So, thinking about things that have happened and what we need to recover, regret over what's been lost, certainly. But in that regret, we can also look at things that have been lost that, okay, it's better that that's gone and we can start over in a different way. You know, we can get there, but in a different way. Specifically, like things politically, we can get there in a way that they can't take away, like the constitutional amendments happening in states to protect women's health care. So things like that, concrete. So rather than just rolling back things back to where we had it before, which clearly can be taken away, we find a way to recover and do things in a way that's better than it was before. So we allow our regrets to inform us about maybe a different way that we can do things that will be more permanent. And at the bottom we have gain, Nine of Discs, but we don't have any majors here. So let's see what tradition and the lady. There she is. The Empress comes up at the end. Next to tradition and gain, the earth is still there. Yes, our growing zones are changing like crazy. Our corn, okay, what's the, y'all from the Midwest, all of us Ewans, you guys from the Midwest, from the Corn Belt, what's the phrase? Knee high by the 4th of July, right? Less than a week after the 4th of July, our corn was in full tassel. The place in the valley, usually it was like the first 2 weeks of August when local corn would come in. The place in the valley just started selling their own corn. They'll sell corn from Marietta before that, but their own corn, and it's not even, we're halfway through July. Not Joe Pye weed, ironweed. The ironweed is blooming. It's that really dark purple, comes up on a big stalk and this big flat thing with this beautiful dark purple at the top. I can't talk. That's usually late August, and the ironweed is blooming. So we have our growing zones changing. You know, our summers are getting hotter here. And so we need to acknowledging what can we grow here now? Not that, you know, it's all wrong or things are, it's that things are changing. The more we're able to adapt, the better we're going to be, you know, because what's the problem with the The other ones, I call them non-plastic brains because their minds cannot change. They are locked in because of their trauma. Their brains got stopped at a particular developmental stage and they can't move on from it and their minds can't change. So, the cardinal rule of NLP, the person with the greatest capacity for change wins. Change means you can adapt. What is the law of evolution? They say survival of the fittest, but it's what makes you fit is the ability to adapt and to change with changing circumstances. And then over thousands, millions of years, things evolve adapted to the situation. So the lady shows up at the end here to say things still grow. We just have to be very aware of the climate and the circumstances that we are planting them in. And maybe the thing that we're trying to grow won't grow in this particular place. So we either grow something slightly different or we grow it in a new place. They want me to take one more. And then we have the warrior. Oh, and at the bottom we have Two of Cups reversed. Harmony reversed. Interesting. Well, yeah. And then we have Three of Cups under that. So we're back where we started. Resolution. But harmony upside down. Yes, there is disharmony. Things are clashing. Things are dissonant. Things are just harsh, clang, clang, So we can look at how we can add something that smooths out that disharmony. But the warrior comes up in the middle here and she says, yeah, it's time to just stand up to it. The warrior and the lady. What a great pair. So yeah, wow, pretty consistent messages tonight, you guys. And the thing that I want to say too is just that it's going to be okay. What's okay going to look like? I don't know. When's it going to be okay? I don't know. I don't know. But you can find okay at many points along in your day. Find it wherever you can, I am going to bring, before I bigger myself, I'm going to bring the bell. Are you still with us, Sierra? Did I put her to sleep? But let's do a... Yes, Samantha, seek solutions instead of solving problems. Absolutely. That was some kind of reading. Thank you. Thank you, Catherine. And happy birthday, Marcy. Yes, happy birthday soon. Tavius is very powerful. Yes, and Cuddly Koala, lovely to meet you. Love your channel. Thank you, my dear. I'm so glad you are here. Yes, it was beyond interesting. It was very, very interesting to me too. Let's take ourselves back down. Come on, back down into your skin. Let's close everything up, eh? Come on back down. Let all of the messages just kind of fall on you like rain and sink into the soil of your open mind and water the seeds that are there, the seeds of your potential, the seeds of your gifts, the seeds of your calling, your talents, your gifts, all of those things. Let them be watered by the messages here tonight. I hope that you feel bolstered. I hope that you feel a little more expansive and open from our time together. I know I do. So come back in your body now, back inside your wonderful sphere. And while we're still connected in our Seed of Life mandala, just exhale, take a nice deep breath, And from your heart chakra, just exhale out into that wonderful living grid of energy, all your love and compassion, your gratitude. Send that big love out. And down to the earth, let's send a dose of love and gratitude that way. Healing. And you can let go of any excess energy that you don't need to keep in your own system. Exhaling, another inhale. And on the exhale, push that outer layer out so it wraps around the globe and flashes out into space. And then come back to your personal sphere, and you can turn it up or turn it down however you need to continue on with your day or your evening. And your night, Allie's over there in the middle of the frickin' night. Thank you for being with me, all you guys, so much. You mean so much to me, and you feed me. You certainly do. And readings go the way they do because you're here. That's just all there is to it. So I send you lots and lots of blessings. And let me see, messages, doing okay but self-quarantining. Oh my, I didn't see that, Catherine. He's got COVID. Oh my God. Oh, my dear, my dear. Okay, so close your eyes. Let's just take a ball of that infinite energy. See Joseph Robinette Biden, what a fabulous name, in your mind. See him and send it from your heart to Joe's heart, to his chest, to his lungs. And now is the time, too. If any quacking starts again about him stepping down, please contact every representative you have and tell them to knock it the fuck off. And to the media as well. It's like starting to bombard them and say, just knock this shit off. You're not helping anybody. But we know that's about greed, so we can just add the good. All right. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for being here. 227. Oh no, no more extra readings. I gotta go. I am done. But think of all the joy, all the love, all the compassion, and all of the calling that we got tonight, as we get every time, Spirit rings a bell and we step up and answer. So thanks so much for being here, you guys. Hit that like button on the way, and I will see you next time. Hopefully I'll get to an unboxing, but I got stuff to do too. Anyway, I'll see you next time. Big love to you. I love you all. Blessed be.